What's up, y'all? It's your boy Goggles. Hey, do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button, not right here, but below, and then hit this like button to the right of it. So back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Carmelo Anthony potential trade with the Trailblazers. This would be great for the Trailblazers. I don't know who is actually involved in the trade if the trade happens, but as of now, you know, just thinking about it right now, it would be good for the Trailblazers. They need somebody else offensively that can give them something else besides Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, because they can't do it by themselves. In the playoffs last year, first round, you know, they gave the Warriors a little bit of trouble. Nurkic was, you know, he was hurt at the moment, but just CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard were giving them troubles. I mean, it was game 3, I believe, that, you know, they gave them a run for their money, and the Warriors just came back because, you know, them two is just not good enough. That's not enough to beat the Warriors with the team they had with adding Kevin Durant. You know, it's impossible. But this would be great for the Trailblazers to get Carmelo Anthony. It'd be great for Carmelo Anthony. He had be in a winning environment, be able to make it to the playoffs, even though he'd be playing with another team. I mean, besides the Knicks, he would at least make it to the playoffs for once, or at least for once in about a long time. But the bad thing, the good thing is that you're getting Carmelo Anthony. The bad thing is, who are you giving up for Carmelo Anthony? In my opinion, I feel like the main thing, the number one priority in getting Carmelo Anthony, you better not give up Nurkic. Nurkic is a young player that is great for the Portland Trailblazers. He was hurt in the playoffs against the Warriors, but he would have gave the Warriors a lot of trouble in that post. He's a good post player, post scorer. Can provide some defense, but you need him because you don't have any other post scorer for you. You traded Mason Plumlee to the Nuggets, and you got Nurkic, who is who is good, very good. And if you give away Nurkic, I mean, honestly, if you're gonna give away Nurkic, don't even do the trade. If you think about it, because he is very young. You know, he has a future, a good, bright future. Him and Jokic over there, and the Denver Nuggets, they was dominating that post. You know, Jokic passing that ball, Nurkic right there in the post doing his work. Nurkic is a good player. He will be great in this league. But yeah, that's the main thing. I think you sacrifice some bench players, maybe one starter like Aminu for Carmelo Anthony, but you don't give away any superstars. And like I said, your bench, you can regroup and rebuild the bench in the offseason next year, because you want to at least be able to make it to the playoffs. And if you don't get Carmelo, you need to surround CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard, and the whole team just in general with some shooters. Y'all have no shooters. I mean, there's barely anybody that you can rely on. Harkless is he's wide open, but he can't shoot much time. I mean, he's wide open, but he can't. He's not the greatest shooter. You need at least one just pure shooter on your team if you're going to try to beat the Warriors, because you need somebody else to space the floor in order to make the game a little bit easier for CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. Because honestly, when they was playing against the Warriors, it was the first game, it was like the Warriors could not get a real stop. Honestly, they did get stops, but I'm saying, like, if you were just watching the game, it was like, dang, it's like the Warriors, I mean, the Trailblazers giving them a lot of trouble. CJ McCollum dropping threes, you know, just scoring at will. Damian Lillard coming there, do his work too. I mean, it was just too much, and sometimes it was just CJ McCollum or just Damian Lillard, and they still went to work. So that just shows you how deadly of a backcourt they have. They're probably the second best backcourt behind Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, and that means a lot. Both of them can shoot threes, maybe not as good as the Splash Brothers, but they can shoot threes. You know, they can shoot off the dribble. They can do all these things. They're more athletic. But as of now, I mean, like, it's just crazy because, like, you can get Carmelo Anthony, but you had to give away so many players. And like I said, number one priority, do not give away Nurkic. Please do not give away Nurkic. If you give away Nurkic, that tarnishes your playoffs, what you do in the playoffs, honestly. Because if Nurkic can stay healthy, they can give the Warriors a little bit of trouble in the playoffs without Carmelo. Because that gives you a post presence. That gives you another option to score the ball. He might not can shoot as good as everybody, but he might not can shoot as good as some other post players, but he can at least go to work in the post and, you know, get to the goal, get fouls, get free throws, which is free points, free easy points, get easy twos, and get rebounds, get to do the dirty work down low for y'all when y'all need it. it's just so many things that he can give the Nurkic that can give the Trailblazers in the game at any point. But do not give away him, because Carmelo, he's getting old, about maybe 5 to 7 years, probably more, probably less. He will be retiring, and you're not gonna win a ring in 5 to 7 years unless you just get 2 superstars. Carmelo, but if you get Carmelo, he's gonna add you another post player that is not a back to the basket, but face up post player that can shoot off the dribble, shoot threes, somebody catch and shoot. If you can get Damian Lillard, if you can have Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, and then Nurkic down there, you have a great chance of maybe not beating the Warriors, but you can give them a run for their money and anybody else, because that right there is deadly. You got 2 post players, one of them face up that can shoot off the out the post, post fadeaways, all that, and then you got a backcourt that is just deadly, second best backcourt in the league in my opinion. Yeah, second best backcourt in the league. What else can you ask for? I mean, dang, your bench, like I said, if you can at least have a well balanced point guard, and just I honestly don't know. They really don't have a bench, honestly. You got Noah Vonleh, Pat Connaughton, Jake Layman, I believe that's his name, Shabazz Napier. There's one more that I'm forgetting, Maurice Harkless. I mean, but you don't really have, honestly, Evan Turner, Maurice Harkless and Evan Turner, one of them going to start, one of them going to be on the bench. But at the end of the day, you don't have a bench for real, so you might as well just splurge and just give away most of your bench players for Carmelo Anthony, because if you can sign at least a few players that can play, if you can get somebody from the Knicks that can play defense or give you some type of offense, when you give away whoever you give away, it at least balances it out, because you're gonna have to give up a superstar. Hopefully you don't have to give a superstar, but you're gonna have to give up some pretty good players in order to get Carmelo Anthony a reasonable trade. They want a reasonable trade. This is Carmelo Anthony, not dang Evan Turner. So maybe you give away Evan Turner and some other players for Carmelo Anthony, maybe a pick. But that's the only thing I can see bad happening from this trade is who they give up. But to gain Carmelo Anthony would be great. It's just the bad thing is who do they give up for him? And like I said, number one priority is do not give up Nurkic. That's the number one thing. If you give away Nurkic, then you're really not gaining nothing. You're just getting worse, because in the future, Carmelo gonna have to retire. He's getting old, so it's not going to be a win-win. It's gonna be you're gonna win by getting Carmelo, and you're gonna lose in the future. So I don't know what to say about that. But that's another topic for another day. Like I said, Nurkic number one priority. Your bench players, you're just gonna have to give up a few of them and maybe a pick or two in order to get Carmelo Anthony, because like I said, Nurkic is very important and he's young. He's very young, very young. So that's what I take my take on it, guys. Do me a favor, please. Like I said at the beginning, please subscribe and like, and let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all later. And it sounds, I guess, for right now, it sounds very bad because Ezekiel Elliott is such a prominent part of the Cowboys offense, and it's such a, him and Dak Prescott just turned the whole Cowboys franchise around just like that and made a future for them.